30 pieces of silver. That's what it cost to buy the Son of God. That's what Judas Iscariot walked away with after the most infamous betrayal in human history. But here's the question nobody has ever asked. What if Judas didn't take silver? What if Judas didn't take silver? Stay with me, because by the end of this investigation, you're going to realize that the most dangerous thing about Judas was never the betrayal itself. It was the paper trail he left behind. And in 2025, that paper trail just got a whole lot more complicated. Welcome to the Bible Files. I'm your investigator. Let's open case file 003.
Before we bring crypto into this, we need to understand what actually went down on the night of the original deal. Matthew 26:14-15 says this.
Then one of the 12, the one called Judas Iscariot, went to the chief priests and asked, "What are you willing to give me if I deliver him over to you?" So they counted out for him 30 pieces of silver. Now, most people hear that and think 30 pieces of silver, that's nothing. That's pocket change. That's a betrayal discount. But let's run the forensic numbers. 30 pieces of silver in the time of Jesus was 30 shekels, the standard price for a dead or injured slave under Mosaic law. We know this from Exodus 21:32. In today's money, historians estimate 30 shekels was worth approximately $300 to $600. Some scholars push that figure higher, into the thousands when accounting for purchasing power. But here's what's critical for our investigation. It wasn't just the amount. It wasn't the form of payment. Physical coins, counted out, handed over, in a room, with witnesses. The chief priests, the most powerful religious authorities in Jerusalem, sat across from Judas and physically counted silver coins into his hands. That is a transaction with maximum traceability. There were people in that room. There were coins that could be identified. There was a moment in time that multiple people witnessed. And here's where it gets even more forensically interesting. When Judas tried to return the money after Jesus was condemned, Matthew 27:3-5 records that he threw the coins into the temple. The chief priests then picked up the coins and said, "It is against the law to put this into the treasury, since it is blood money." So they used it to buy a potter's field to bury foreigners in. The coins were returned. The coins were identified as blood money. The coins were then used in a public real estate purchase. The field was named Field of Blood, a name that survived 2,000 years. You cannot get less anonymous than that. Every step of this transaction was visible, traceable, and ultimately self-incriminating. Now, let's rewind to the night of the deal and ask, what if Judas had walked in with a crypto wallet instead? Deep, slow, and uncertain. This would be the crypto scenario. How the transaction would have worked in 2025. Let's build this scenario properly. This is an investigation, so we follow the evidence. For Judas to receive crypto payment in 33 AD, obviously impossible. But we are asking a forensic what if. If the same transaction happened today, with the same people, the same motivations, the same betrayal, but the payment method changed to cryptocurrency, what changes? Step 1. The wallet. Judas would need a crypto wallet. Specifically, if he wanted any level of anonymity, he wouldn't use a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance. Those require KYC, Know Your Customer verification, name, ID, address. The moment you sign up, you're on record. A smart Judas, a Judas who planned this, would use a non-custodial wallet, something like Monero, which is specifically designed for anonymous transactions, or a Bitcoin wallet created without any identifying information. No name, no address, just a string of letters and numbers. On the surface, that sounds like the perfect crime. Step 2. The transfer. The chief priests transfer the crypto. Let's say Bitcoin for simplicity. The transaction is broadcast to the blockchain, a public, permanent, immutable ledger that records every single Bitcoin transaction ever made. Here's what gets recorded permanently, forever, with no ability to delete it. The sending wallet address, the receiving wallet address, the exact amount, the exact timestamp, the transaction ID. Now, the wallet addresses don't have names attached to them, so at first glance, anonymous. But here's where the investigation gets interesting. Step 3. The blockchain never forgets. Every Bitcoin transaction is public. Every single one. You can go to a blockchain explorer right now and see every transaction happening in real time. The question is never whether the transaction happened. The blockchain proves it happened. The question is who the wallets belong to. And this is where Judas would have made his fatal mistake. The same fatal mistake he made with the silver coins. He tried to give it back. When Judas returned the silver to the temple, he created a traceable reverse transaction. He physically connected himself to the coins by handling them publicly. In the crypto scenario, if Judas got cold feet and tried to send the Bitcoin back, that reverse transaction would appear on the blockchain. Now, investigators have two wallet addresses connected to the same event. The sending wallet and the receiving wallet are now in a conversation that blockchain forensics can analyze.
Modern blockchain analysis companies, like Chainalysis, exist specifically to trace crypto transactions. They've helped governments recover hundreds of millions in stolen crypto. They helped the FBI recover $2.3 million of the Colonial Pipeline ransom in 2021.
They would have found Judas. Step 4. The spending problem. Here's the real problem for Judas. Even if he received the crypto perfectly anonymously, the moment he tried to spend it or convert it to cash, he becomes visible again. This is called the last mile problem in crypto forensics.
You can move crypto anonymously all day long, but eventually you need to pay rent, buy food, live your life. And the moment that crypto touches the real world, a bank account, a merchant, an exchange, your identity attaches to the transaction.
The 30 pieces of silver had the exact same problem. The moment Judas spent a single coin, he was traceable. Every merchant he paid, every person who received one of those specific coins. In fact, the Field of Blood purchase proves this perfectly.
The chief priests used identifiable coins to buy a specific piece of land. That transaction survived in the historical record for 2,000 years. A blockchain transaction would survive forever.
The deeper investigation. Was Judas actually trying to hide? Or did he want to be caught?
Now, here's where this investigation takes a turn that most people don't expect. Because when you study the full account of Judas, a disturbing question emerges. Was Judas actually trying to get away with this?
Look at the evidence. He approached the chief priests openly, not through a middleman, not anonymously, not in secret. He walked up and said, "What will you give me?"
He accepted payment in physical coins, the least anonymous form of currency in the ancient world. He led a large armed crowd to the garden, not a quiet, deniable tip-off, but a full public identification. He used a kiss, the most personal, visible, identifiable signal possible, to mark Jesus.
And then, when it was done, he didn't run. He didn't disappear. He went back to the chief priests, threw the money at their feet, and confessed, "I have sinned, for I have betrayed innocent blood." Matthew 27:4.
This is not the behavior of someone trying to hide a transaction. This is the behavior of someone who wanted a record to exist. And that changes everything about how we analyze this case. Because if Judas had used Monero, the most untraceable cryptocurrency in existence, he would have been acting against his own psychological profile.
Every decision Judas made was maximally visible. The question our investigation must answer is, why?
Deep, slow, and authoritative. Part 4. 3 Theories.
Theory 1. Judas expected Jesus to escape. Under this theory, Judas left a visible trail because he didn't think it mattered. He thought within 24 hours Jesus would be king of Israel, and the arrest would be a footnote. When Jesus didn't escape, Judas was devastated. The guilt destroyed him.
Forensic verdict on this theory. The transaction evidence supports it. You only accept untraceable payment if you're worried about consequences. Judas wasn't worried. That suggests he didn't expect consequences.
Theory 2. Judas was a willing instrument. Some scholars, including some early church fathers, argued that Judas knew exactly what he was doing. Because he had been chosen for this role.
Under this theory, the trail was left deliberately. The record had to exist. The story had to be told. John 13:27 records that after Judas took the bread at the Last Supper, Satan entered into him. And Jesus said, "What you are about to do, do quickly."
Forensic verdict on this theory. If this is true, Judas wasn't making financial decisions at all. The 30 pieces of silver wasn't a payment. It was a prop in a predetermined script. No amount of crypto anonymity could have changed that outcome.
The third theory is the most psychologically compelling. Judas was a man who believed in Jesus, genuinely. He was trusted with the money bag. He managed the finances of the entire ministry.
But somewhere along the way, his faith cracked. He started skimming money. John 12:6 tells us directly, he was a thief. As keeper of the money bag, he used to help himself to what was put into it. Small compromises, then bigger ones, until the chief priests found the perfect pressure point.
Under this theory, Judas didn't think clearly about the transaction at all. He was already compromised, already corrupt. The 30 pieces of silver was just the final step in a long slide. Forensic verdict on this theory. This is the most forensically sound explanation.
People who commit financial crimes don't usually think about the paper trail until it's too late. Judas took physical coins because he was thinking about the money, not the evidence. The same mistake criminals make today when they accept traceable payments.
The final verdict. So, back to our original question. What if Judas had crypto? Here is the investigation's final verdict. Crypto would have hidden the transaction from humans, but not from history.
The blockchain never forgets. But more importantly, Judas never tried to forget. Every choice he made that night was a choice toward visibility. Toward record, toward a story that would be told forever. Whether that was divine design, psychological collapse, or strategic miscalculation, the result was the same.
The most infamous financial transaction in human history left a trail that 2,000 years of scholarship, investigation, and debate have never been able to erase. And here is the uncomfortable modern parallel that I want to leave you with.
Every financial decision you make today, every transfer, every purchase, every transaction is being recorded somewhere. By your bank, by your government, by algorithms you've never seen. The ancient world had silver coins. The modern world has blockchain, bank records, and digital surveillance.
The trail always exists. The only question is, who's reading it? And what are they going to do with it? This has been Case File 003. The Bible Files.
If this investigation changed how you see the story of Judas, drop a comment below. Tell me, was Judas a villain, a victim, or a necessary instrument? I read every single one. Subscribe and hit the bell, because next week we open a case that makes this one look simple. Case File 004 is coming, and God Himself is the defendant.